Just after recently launching an AI search engine that could provide users with a more personalized search experience, Google is launching a new AI bot that could revolutionize the programming world. What exactly is this groundbreaking machine tool, and how does it operate? Well, the answers to your questions and more would be addressed in great detail in this video. Over the years, Google has constantly remained at the forefront of AI advancements, a testimony of the platform's place in artificial intelligence research and development. Recall that Google recently introduced Maggie, an upgrade to ChatGPT and Bing. Now, we are being ushered into a new era with Google's latest invention. During its I/O event, Google launched an AI coding bot for Android developers. This AI coding bot is called a Studio Bot, and it is based on Codey, the company's enhanced foundational coding model that stems from its updated PaLM 2 large language model, or LLM. In addition, it was developed to help Android developers generate and debug the codes, ensuring that it eliminates the problems associated with bugs and other basic errors during coding. Google disclosed that Studio Bot supports the Kotlin and Java programming languages and will live directly in the toolbar on Android Studio. Though exclusive to Android users, Studio Bot may be Google's response to similar innovations like Amazon's Code Whisperer and Microsoft enhanced GitHub Copilot. However, Google has constantly sought to enhance the Android user experience, which is quite commendable. However, we believe that Google should adopt a more proactive approach to innovation. It is important for Google to avoid releasing technologies solely designed to counter the inventions introduced by their competitors. Such a strategy could give the impression that they are merely imitating ideas and lacking true creativity or innovation. We already mentioned earlier that Studio Bot was designed specifically for only Android users. So, what other features are associated with the AI Studio Bot? Studio Bot is a conversational assistant designed to live inside Google's dedicated integrated development environment, or IDE, for Android, called Android Studio. Recall that we told you right at the onset of this video that Studio Bot supports two programming languages, Kotlin and Java. Currently, Kotlin is the main language for Android development, while Java support is slated for a future launch. Studio Bot is still in the early release phase and is only accessible to users in the United States through the Canary channel of Android Studio. So far, Google has yet to release further information about when Studio Bot will officially launch globally. One unique feature of the Studio Bot is that developers will no longer be required to share their source code with Google. Once signed in, Google's sole purpose is to gather feedback on users' interactions with the AI model, ensuring that the analysis remains centered on the conversations themselves. With Studio Bot, programmers and developers can build apps, generate codes, fix errors, and even ask questions about Android. We shall be showing you some illustrations using Studio Bot. Kindly remain glued to your screens as we are heading into a more complicated aspect requiring your full attention. We will first examine how you can generate answers around Android functions using Studio Bot. In one of the illustrations, the Studio Bot was asked to describe the best way of getting a location on Android. The AI model took little time to generate answers, starting from highlighting the two main ways to get the user's location, and then it went ahead to describe each of these two ways of getting a user location on Android. In the illustration described above, Studio Bot mentioned Location Manager and Fuse Location Provider Client as possible means of accessing a user's location. By inputting, "Can you show me using Fuse Location Provider Client?" the machine did not take time to generate a string of codes that could be used to obtain the user's location on Android. Those familiar with coding should understand that what the codes do is to obtain the user's authentication, through which it then gets access to the user's location. The main interface for interacting with Studio Bot is the chat window. You can use it to ask questions ranging from very simple and open-ended ones to specific problems that you need help with. Here are a few more illustrative examples of the types of questions you might ask. How do I add camera support to my app? I want to create a room database. Can you remind me of the format for Java docs? What is dark theme? What's the best way to get location on Android? Studio Bot has the ability to retain the context of the conversation, so you can also ask it follow-up questions such as, "Can you give me the code for this in Kotlin? Can you show me how to do it in Compose?" By processing these text prompts, Studio Bot delivers the most precise response to aid in resolving your issue. Now, we also want to make it clear that Google warned that its latest artificial intelligence is susceptible to errors as it still considers Studio Bot an experimental technology. This implies that users are encouraged to confirm Studio Bot generated answers or codes before use. to avoid dishing falsified information and wrong codes that will not produce expected results. While StudioBot holds great promise, it is not without its flaws. However, the advantage of these limitations is that they can be rectified relatively easily, considering that the AI model is still in its early stages of deployment. Google developers and researchers are taking note of the setbacks in their invention and will work to improve on such drawbacks. But the question remains, does Google possess the necessary capabilities to improve StudioBot and ensure it surpasses its counterparts? Let's know what you think in the comments section below. In the field of computer development and programming, various tools have proven invaluable to professionals. We have previously mentioned tools like GitHub Copilot and Code Whisperer, and now we are witnessing the emergence of StudioBot. Does this mean that we are presently on the verge of witnessing an end to human programmers? We do not see that happening anytime soon, as these artificial models still need to be free from basic errors you will hardly encounter with a good human programmer. These tools could serve as wonderful companions for exceptional human programmers who will easily pick out the errors from these tools. On the other hand, it could be misleading for amateur programmers and will end up complicating the learning process of such programmers. In a nutshell, AI models for programming, software development, and coding should be explored to point out their weaknesses and strengths to use any of them appropriately. On the other hand, one major controversy around some of these AI coding tools is that they have been associated with copyright infringements, as they are suspected of digging out old codes without crediting the original owners. Although these controversies are not confirmed, we just hinted at what most people feel. You could have a different view entirely though, and we would like you to air your thoughts with us in the comments. Are the speculations right? Or do these artificial intelligence models source out information themselves? So that's all the deets and bits we know about Google's upcoming AI model. Well, what do you think of this new project? Will it positively impact the programming world? Or would it be another robot stealing job like the other existing AI models in the market? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to subscribe to our channel for more up-to-date news on the latest and upcoming developments in the AI world.